it with music, beautiful music. Hello, I'm Fred Miller, and before we launch into my lecture in song on the many musical bridges to Brooklyn, a little background on me. I was not born in Brooklyn. I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I had a wonderful classical piano teacher and loved all the music, but I also loved all the biographical details and the historical events and details surrounding the lives of the great composers. And that went on pretty steadily, very devotedly, until right on my 13th birthday, the Beatles arrived in America, and I suddenly was torn musically between classical music and the great rock songs of the 1960s. And that went on through my teens till the summer after I graduated from high school, when I hitchhiked with a friend from New Mexico to the Woodstock Festival. I even managed to show up very distinctly in the poster. That was it, though, for me, for rock music. I just wasn't interested anymore, and history actually has borne out that that really was the peak of that great rock age. I wasn't interested much in going to college, went very briefly, got a VW bug, traveled the country, and then finally settled in Greenwich Village, and at some point somebody gave me an album of Ella Fitzgerald singing Cole Porter, and here I am. The world of American classical in its own way, popular music, Gershwin, Porter, Kern, Rogers, Berlin, Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, Ethel Merman, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby. I knew that was going to be my musical focus, and I was also, of course, interested, as I said, in the history and all surrounding it. So I came up with the idea of lectures in song, each one a profile of a great personality or some aspect of American popular song. And I started with 6 programs, and then it just kept adding, and over the years, now to date, I have 75 different lectures in song. And the way actually this particular program came about, this is why I have 75 different programs. A lady approached me actually at one of the retirement communities where I frequently perform, and she said, can you maybe do a program on Brooklyn? And I said, oh, you mean New York? She said, no, Brooklyn. And so I thought about it a little bit, and sure enough, there's a program there. This is the thing about American popular song. There's a program practically on any topic you can think of. Brooklyn, though, was pretty easy because of all the people and all the creative people and musical people in particular who hail from Brooklyn. That includes, of course, writers, like Thomas Wolfe, who wrote in Brooklyn Heights in the 1930s. It's a quote, it's a story from Only the Dead Know Brooklyn. There's no guy living that knows Brooklyn true and true because it'd take a guy a lifetime just to find his way around this effing town. Walt Whitman said it a little more concisely. I hear America singing, and in this program we're going to hear Brooklyn singing in 1,000 different ways. Well, start with, of course, what goes with the name Brooklyn, and like salt and pepper, bacon and eggs, Brooklyn and the Dodgers, Brooklyn and cheesecake, Brooklyn and hot dogs. All you have to do is just look up. Right there, standing on the East River, and there it is. Isn't she a beauty? Isn't she a queen? Nicest bridge that I have ever seen. Her paint's a little tattered where age has left its touch. Still, I guess I'll always love her very much. Like the folks you meet on, like to plant my feet on the Brooklyn Bridge. What a lovely view from heaven looks at you from the Brooklyn Bridge. I love to listen to the wind through her strings, the song that it sings for the town. I love to look up at the clouds in her hair, she's learned to wear like a crown. If you've been a rover, journey's end lies over the Brooklyn Bridge. Don't let no one tell you that I'm trying to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. Folks in Manhattan are sad 'cause they look at her and wish they had the good old Brooklyn Bridge. Well, I'm from Albuquerque, so I don't know a lot, I guess, but, I get the impression that, people who come from Brooklyn kind of think that people who come from anywhere else but Brooklyn are from nowhere quite so important. There's that guy, who sang that song originally in the movie It Happened in Brooklyn. Well, he wasn't from Brooklyn. He was from Hoboken. We'll call him that singer from Hoboken, better known as Frank Sinatra. What is it about Brooklyn, and what, of course, makes people Brooklynites for life, wherever they might roam? Of course, there's the bridge, and there's a walk and a view along the Esplanade. I love that myself. Grand Army Plaza, Long Meadow, Prospect Park, and then Screaming in Terror and Glee at Steeplechase Park, and then the thrilling memories of Ebbets Field in 1955, and the sting of abandonment in 1957 when dem bums moved to Los Angeles, Jackie Robinson's landmark entry into baseball.